We turn now to a delightful story of a Kapiti Coast woman on a mission to save 3,000 free-range chickens, or as many of them as she can. Helen Whitfield lives in Otaki, not far from the farm, where the chooks have stopped producing the amount of eggs needed to make them financially viable as layers. Helen runs Ellamore Farm Animal Rescue and is rounding them up and taking them home in her Honda Jazz 46 at a time. She's hoping to rehome as many of them as she can before they become dog tucker.
They get to a certain age and they have to be moved on, otherwise their production is lower than their orders, so they need to have new chickens coming in to replace them.
And that's the farming business, right?
Yes, that's right.
When you say they have to be moved on, not normally in a Honda Jazz, right?
No, not in a Honda Jazz. Yeah, I could do with a ute. That's the thing, John. I could really do with a ute.
And so you go and pick them up in your Honda Jazz?
Yes.
Oh, don't sound so. I just reckon you're the bee's knees doing this. How many chickens can you fit into the Jazz?
At least 46.
And what do they make of being in a car? Do they behave themselves?
They do, absolutely. They settle, as soon as they start moving, they just crouch down and settle, and they're fine on the 10-minute journey to my place.
And so you get, how many did you say you had? 46.
46, yeah.
And then you get them to your place, and what do you do with them?
Well, I have a big coop that if I pick them up later in the afternoon, I put them straight into the coop. Otherwise, if I pick them up early in the morning, they just go straight into my paddock. And because I've got other chickens in the paddock, they just hang around and just walk around and find out where their bearings. So today we just did find an egg in the middle of the paddock. So, they still have to find where they are supposed to be laying their eggs because they're used to their normal routine.
Have they ever been in the paddock before?
Yes, they do. They're from a free-range farm, so they get let out every afternoon to forage in a paddock.
And then what happens to them? So how many have you got so far?
I haven't counted up how many I've rehomed so far. We did 55 just this morning, and we have at least another 100 over the weekend. So I would say probably near the 250 mark at the moment.
Good for you. And they're just going to locals, are they?
They are. Well, actually, no. They've actually got a lady picked up 45 this morning, and she's delivered them to a whole lot of people in Taranaki. And one lady came all the way from Taramanui today.
You're joking. That's a big old drive.
It is, eh?
Yeah, what did she have, a Honda Jazz? What did she have?
I don't know. I think she had a ute.
Well, she's just showing off, wasn't she? And how many did she take?
She took 8, yeah.
Well, she didn't need a ute, did she? She should have left you the ute
really.
and should have taken your
That's
Jazz.
Right. She could have taken the Jazz.
What is it about chickens you love?
I just think they're fascinating. They all have different personalities, and these shavers are so friendly, even though they've been in a farm environment. I walk into the paddock and I just call them and they come running. They're just a great family chicken, and I really, really love them. They're just amazing.
Yeah, I find them very endearing birds. I don't know why. They just... They're both singular and kind of domestic too. I mean, they go about their own thing, don't they? But if you ask them to do something, unlike my dog, which ostensibly has a much larger brain but doesn't understand anything I say to it, a chicken seems to get it, right?
They do. And I have a chicken called Cinnamon who I rescued from the mud because I do my nighttime checks. And this chicken hadn't come into the coop at night, and she got herself stuck in the mud because we've had so much rain. And she was covered in mud, and so I brought her inside and I gave her a bath and I blow dried her, and now she thinks I'm just the bee's knees. So she's my favourite chicken at the moment.
I think you're the bee's knees too, Helen.
Well, thanks, John.
Really nice to talk to you. How many more chickens are you hoping to get out?
Well, we have to the end of the month. So people need to, we've been inundated with calls, which has been fabulous, but I am limited on how many chickens I can take, how many times in my Honda Jazz. So I do not have 3,000 chickens here, which I think some people think I do, but I don't. So I am limited to how many I can actually get here too. But as soon as they're coming here, they're being adopted straight out again. So it's I don't know what number we'll get up to, but I'm hoping at least 500 would be great. Yeah,
that'd be really cool. How do people get in touch with you if people who are listening are heading through your region over the weekend and think, I might get myself a chicken?
Well, they can go to my Facebook page, which is Ellamore Farm Animal Rescue and Rehoming. and send me a message, or they can send me a text message instead of ringing, because I'd prefer people to send me a text message to 0275 808 948.
Don't say you don't get community notices from RNZ, Katrina Batten. Helen reckons you'll still get 2 more years of laying out of the rescue chooks. That number again is 0275 808 948.